Today, I'm really glad that we found ourselves in this territory of relationship and righteousness. And it's been something that's been really alive in me in the past days about how our commitment to being right destroys a capacity of being in relationship. And I've been experiencing and researching this experience of wanting to be right. And it is this unconscious anger where I'm bringing up all my defenses up and cut myself with a wall of connection. And I have all my vulnerability and capacity for connection and love is behind this wall. And the only purpose of this wall is I am right. And I need you to be wrong. Like, I'm right and you're wrong, and you need to acknowledge that you're wrong so I can be right, and then I win. You might have had this experience of, if then there's enough evidence to prove that you are actually right, then you won. God, but does that winning have a bitter taste? I mean, that's my experience, is that I won, and then so what? I've lost everything in the process of wanting and needing to be right. I've lost connection. I've lost possibilities of collaboration, of co-creation, of being together. And somehow I've had this question about, what is our commitment? How come we're so to the death committed to our own righteousness? Why is that so important? More important, actually, than our deep, deep longing of being in an extraordinary, loving, nurturing, connecting relationship. And I think this commitment, if I research in me, this commitment is linked to if I'm not right, then I die. If I'm not right, my substance, my existence collapses. Even if, and that is true for some people have this kind of particular survival strategy, is even if you are right about being wrong. Many people need to be wrong and need to be right about being wrong. And so therefore the other people, this kind of survival strategy is to defer, to always, how can I make the other person's better? How can I change the setting so they're more comfortable? But even that is still trying to be wrong, is still trying to be right. Just, you're trying to be right about being wrong. I mean, and the next question for me that comes up is, okay, how can I then be in a adult, connected, loving relationship without losing myself and without trying to be right? How can I not lose myself if I surrender, like if I give up my own righteousness? And I think that is such an interesting territory to move in. How can I keep my center? How can I keep my authority? How can I stand in what matters to me? How can I create what matters to me without the fuel of the righteousness? And somehow modern culture has given us this fuel of righteousness as if that is the only resource that we have to take a stand, to move things, to create things, to only if you are certain, only if you're right, then you can move. And I've discovered 3 skills that requires a lot of other skills. I've required 3 skills that are so life-changing, territory shaping, to move into a being in a relationship with your center and your stand and your commitment and giving up the righteousness. And one of the skills is being able to say what you want. And that starts then being able to make proposal to create what you want. And the third skill is to be able to ask question. And we start here with the saying what we want. And most people don't know what they want, and therefore even cannot say what they want because they don't know what they want. The skill of making proposals makes us so vulnerable. Making proposal about what we want, because then we might get a no. And the power of asking questions is a skill. It's like really this power of saying, there's maybe another way. Maybe I didn't think about another way. And to let the co-intelligence of the group, whether it's one-on-one person, but maybe even with yourself or a whole team, of saying, how could it have happened differently? What could I have done differently for this to work better? And this is the skill of asking questions. So being able to say what you want, or knowing what you want, saying what you want, making proposals about it, and asking questions. All of those three skills start with the skill of being able to be angry. Because all those three skills require the power and resources and intelligence of anger. And this will be for another time.